Hello and welcome back. We are playing Ace Attorney Justice for All, the reunion and Turnabout. Oh, we're ready? I believe we're ready. Are you guys ready? We're ready. June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No. I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks. Also, he could win. If he was a shithead. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. Well, it's going to be interesting is what it's going to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya? Pearly! You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way. Why did you invite a child here? Oh, I know why. It's okay. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came here all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't. Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man. Ow! I got my hair caught in my glasses. Like a fool! Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Of course you did. You love him. Oh, sorry, that was Mayor talking. That's fine. You don't love him. You love Nick. Objection! Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end.
Objection! Objection!
It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Maya. Please don't mention that name ever again. We broke up. Sad. So heartbroken for them. I need to tell you, I shared I shared these videos in a Discord that was like, oh, please, like, do some self-promo. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll put these in. And one person was like, I will go and watch these, but only if you're not an Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright shipper. And I was like, I have mentioned it several times in the videos that it's like one of the most prevalent things. And they were like, it's not the most prevalent one. Most prevalent one is spoilers for later things. And technically that relationship came before the idea of Edgeworth and Phoenix. And I'm like, well, Edgeworth and Phoenix have known each other since preschool. So I don't know if they knew each other before then. The spoiler. I'll tell you when it happens, but it's not for a little while. They basically went on a rant about how they hate people who ship Edgeworth and Phoenix together, which is fine. You can have a preference. That's not a problem. But it is hilarious to be so angry about it. that it's like, how dare you, it's not the most prevalent. In the first game, it is, because it's like him or Maya are the only two real people that you can, or Mia are the only people you can really like think of them being in a relationship with, of Nick being in a relationship with, because the person they're talking about doesn't get introduced until much later, when Phoenix has retired and we're seeing flashbacks. Okay, so at that point I will point them out to you. Huh, but why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya, I forgot you don't know. He's gone and he's not coming back. She's gonna think he's dead when you say things like this. What? Wait a second, what's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? Poor Nick. July 21st, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? What is with this kid? Ahem, Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. She's German, but I'm not doing that. You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on. So she's the famed successor of Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? That was such a good, like, sentence to say. Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? I like that. If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow, I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg of you. Yeah, make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. But very well. What is the defense's position, Your Honor? Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the plea of justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that is how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Apologies. My daughter had something very important that she needed to give me, and that was a hug. Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this man. Yes, sir. If everyone will please look at this map. The way he's panting makes me think he's actually quite enjoying that whip. Let me check how old she is in this, because I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Because they said she started when she was 13. Okay, she's 18. That's dubious as shit. He's there. You're not allowed to like this. The channeling chamber has no windows, and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling the spirit, sir. Channeling the spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Ahem. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from outside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. Ah, and that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Well, fuck you! Floor plans added to the court record. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time then. Witness testimony. Cause of death. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. The victim was stabbed before being shot. Have we been given an autopsy report? Nope, we're about to get one, I guess. This is the victim's autopsy report. It's almost like I can read minds. Autopsy report. Added to the court record. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point-blank range. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead. We're gonna press on everything. Hold it! The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim. Now, why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you're missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims, the defendant and their face were also on the grip, sir. Oh, it's not looking good for us. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. I walked right into her hands there. Yeah, I think pressing everything we walk into her hands, but that's fine, we're gonna do it anyway. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Point-blank, huh? So, about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point-blank? Mr. Phoenix, right? I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. My God, this woman. She really likes the word fool. Excuse me? It's like how I like saying, I'm a lying liar who lies, or she's a lying liar who lies. She just takes it to the nth degree. Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. You're a lawyer who has dealt with gun incidents before. I think you should know about the powdered residue that comes onto people's hands and, like, point-blank victims and... Oh! Phoenix! But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. Let's press that. Hold it! Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, my face fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. His testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Nothing sounds out of place so far. I should try to learn more about the murder weapons for now. Yeah, we're gonna court record that bitch. Oh, I haven't been given them. I know that bullet hole in the ground is going to be of interest. I'm sure we had 2 gunshots as well. My all-important badge shows I'm a defense attorney. 1 year ago, on May 2nd, 14 patients died from malpractice at Gray's Surgical Clinic. Diagram of the same manner. Slightly translucent. Radiates softly with mysterious light. Maybe miney. Yeah. 8 inches off the ground looks like a small hole. Looks like a bullet hole. Steel key, diagram, chamber, stone chest. I've pressed everything, so I have. I have to have something here that's going to help me. He was murdered during a channeling. The defendant, my client, was arrested on suspicion of the murder while channeling. Maya's older sister, she was a top-notch lawyer and my mentor and friend forever. Detective at the local precinct. Maya's cousin, channeling bodily with the magic power. Maya's anti-member of the Bayclan Ranch family. She's the mother of Pale. I don't think I can present anything just yet because I haven't been given a statement well enough. I feel like this might be one of those moments where I have to press everything again for it to come back round and for her to make some sort of quip. The murder weapon, it was the victim. So I'm gonna just skip through this. Is there anything I didn't press is my question. Starting with chest and knife. The wound was very severe but not enough to cause instantaneous death. Skip through. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure can be. One look at the wounds and you come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. Pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours and finish, right? Grr, what a pain. That's enough. Okay, I hadn't pressed the last statement. Okay. We've clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. I'm now going to be given them. Very well, the court accepts them as evidence. I hate the way sometimes this game plays out so that you have to, like, obviously every game is going to be like, hit these parameters to progress. And this one, sometimes it's like, we need you to hit what you think is a fail state for progression to continue. And that That irks me. Murder weapon was Gray's. 2 shots fired. Bears, Mayer's, and Gray's fingerprints. 2 shots fired. Keep that in mind. Murder weapon, a small fruit knife, belonged to the Faye's, Bears, Mayer's fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have had 2 gunshots at this time, and 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honour, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of the court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See? Just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. Fuck no. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I'd better think this through all the way. No. When I've taken half of this shit, if we plead justified self-defense, we would be basically confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labelled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honour, have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defence will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. Oh, You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright, Detective. Yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. Now, see here. Proceedings are run by... Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, Detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Bloodied clothes, I think. Witness testimony. Incriminating evidence. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. I'm just too smart. Or, subconsciously, I remember this. And it's not at the forefront of my mind, but it is in the back of my mind, and it's making me feel like I'm having psychic moments. But actually, I've just played this before. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it is covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Bullshit. This is the costume that sent the evidence. So, I was skipping like an idiot. I see the court accepts this into evidence. I'm so sorry. I just got so invested about, like, I know where I'm going. I'll tell you the thought process. Geez, the ADHD hit in real hard there, and that's real bad considering I have taken my medication. When he said it is evidence that she fought someone who was not fighting back, if you look at the clothes, when it flashed up then, in the sleeve there was a hole, which was a small hole, it looks like it's bullet-sized, and we know we had 2 shots. So it could be that he shot at her, she took the gun and she shot back. We're going to get told off for basically being like, yeah, that's called justified self-defense, but you're going for not guilty. So you're going to have to figure out how to get from he shot at her and she struggled for the gun and shot back to it wasn't her at all, because you've given up justified self-defense. Now, this is where my brain is taking me, and this is what I'm saying, but I have played this game before, so again, it could just be that I'm remembering the course of events. Okay. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Clothes Mayer was wearing at the time of the murder. There are blood splatters on it. Alright, Mr. Wright. Mayer's fingerprints are on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. There were pictures taken. I want those. Feel free to skulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Cross-examination, incriminating evidence. Sorry, pal. There's even more. No, we're gonna just skip to the bit that's actually useful, in my opinion. The defendant attacked a person who, without a doubt, not fighting back. So what I'm gonna do is present this. I'm surprised it doesn't let me check it.
Objection!
Oh shit balls. I probably needed to press that statement first. Your Honor, this piece of evidence obviously contradicts the testimony. Huh? It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh, really? Objection denied. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Okay. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Yeah, I was a dingus. I was a dingus. He wasn't fighting back. How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changes drastically. We're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. We do! That one comma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her. Sorry, pal. Just press it. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kind of scary today, you know, pal? Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. The other woman literally whips people. I have an attitude problem. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. Yeah, Phoenix, give him what for? This is the caution. It's gonna be this one. I'm gonna press this one, and then it's gonna say something, and then I'm gonna... It's the costume the defendant was wearing at the time. It's not a costume. It's a uniform. Bitch. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? Really? That's not where your thoughts should be going. As you can see, it's covered in blood. Yeah, let's go back. As you can see, it's covered in blood. There's blood on the costume. It's the victim's. Lab results show that it's the victim's blood. Yes, we're eating from the palm of her hand. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well. Objection! Oh, this is it, okay. We're gonna push, is what's gonna happen. If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. Too bad, not enough time. Let's move on. Yes, Ms. Von Palmer is perfectly correct. Grr. Now even the judge is on your side. But if I bite more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. It's gonna put us into a more precarious issue because Von Karma. But we're gonna survive. Why is Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume glaringly obvious that I'm throwing in your face. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it. Poke a hole in it? Funny prick. It looks like my time is up. So about this costume, there is one little thing. Your Honor, actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is the problem you're talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. If we're going to do the little crosshairs and wiggle it around. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Oh, it's not a crosshairs. It's a thingy. It might do the crosshairs after I slap it, though.
Take that!
I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? Ah, there's a tiny hole there. A hole? Well, that wasn't in the report. Oh no. Oh, what? Oh no. Who could have done this? Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. You are the shittest detective. A hole that smells of gunpowder? It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet. Order. This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Mayor was wearing at the time of the murder. Press the check button for details. May's costume updated in the court record. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. She didn't. She's a bitch. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony that just now was a fluke, nothing more.
Objection!
Fuck you, beach. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it's a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Carmen has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then no way. Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person without a doubt, not fighting back. Well, we know that's not true.
Hold it!
He wasn't fighting back. Oh, I've already pressed this. I should now be allowed to, with the updated piece of evidence, press.
Hold it!
No, that's the wrong fucking button. I'm just dumb today. I wanted to present. It's because I don't know my left from my right, okay? And press is left, and present is right. And I'm the dumbass. So we're gonna check this. There is proof that he was fighting back, and the proof is the bullet hole. But that's not gonna do anything for us.
Objection!
Because again, that's justified self-defense, not guilty. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? You're right. It seems you're correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. What is with the "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix, right? I love her. Ms. Von Carmen, it seems that Mayor Faye was shot by the victim. Shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I am sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Now that you... Why, that's right. Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No! Well, yes, that's true. About. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? He deserved that one. He's an idiot. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Witness testimony. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Bullshit! You just told me that someone stabbed with a knife did not have the chance to fight back. This scenario put together doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't. Yes, sir. It's bullshit. Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. But please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. Cross-examination. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, so we're going to press that statement. So he was stabbed, the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give the blood the other day, and afterwards I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the distance. Sorry. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Hold on. Use lots of strength. Right, well, I'm gonna need... Alright, I'm gonna go back to the first one and I'm gonna press everything. During the channeling, she saw her chance to stab him in the chest.
Hold it!
There is quite a difference in height between Mr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
Objection!
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning? Mr. Phoenix Wright. Mayfair was in the middle of channeling, was she not? Huh? When channeling with the Crane channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Crane channeling technique. Of course she did, because she's a professional, unlike you. Like I said before, I am perfect. Well, you're a bitch, but okay. What about you were talking... What? About what you were talking about? Why put about in twice? That really threw me. About what you were talking about. I didn't quite get it. Never mind then. Let's continue with the testimony. We're just glaring at each other, ignoring the fucking judge. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to ignore that crew and pressed it. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray specifically bought it that day, but a handgun. He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring the gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but they were too close. Because they were too close against. Doesn't make sense. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you went ahead. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me, I wonder. Now, do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. This testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction there somewhere, and uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Right, let's see what we've got to present. Because he mentioned earlier that the stab wound was severe enough that it almost, like... I have that. But I don't know if I can present that now. Some of the chest and shot plump blank gunpowder residue around the bullet hole. Made a weapon with Gray's 2 shots fired, bears May's and Gray's fingerprints. Made a weapon with small fruit knife onto the face, bears May's fingerprints. Wearing at the time details. Where's the logic? I'm confused. Da da da. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Why? Why? If we're saying it happened in this order, she stabbed him, he shot her, at her, she shot him. I feel like I'm gonna have to press everything again. There's quite a difference in height. Yep, I didn't bother to mention it. She's objecting though. Do you think there is friendly reasoning? Yes, but come on, technique. Yeah, we should be explaining that to the judge. Use the last of his strength. So stab wound didn't kill him, but if you think about it, the blood was probably hurt really bad. How bad the scene was. I gave blood the other day, which would be 10 times worse than that. Blah 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 blah. Bullshit. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Why would he take a gun? Where in the way to get a pistol, black market, he bought it, a handgun, why did he bring a gun, was the important to gain something? Good question. The victim took a shot because it was too close, which doesn't make sense. So you're saying this is when the bullet hole was made, I'm sorry, yeah, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna have to present something, I think. People be opening victim with press. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. Yeah. Okay, it has to be, right, okay, so I just need to look real fucking hard at this. It's not going to be any of the previous stuff, that's going to be for later when we're pinning this on mining, I assume. About 8 inches off the ground, a small hole looks like a bullet. Hang on, that's a good point. Where's that bullet is my question. Is that what this is going to be? Is it going to be that we... Yeah, they never talk about the bullet recovery stuff. Hang on. Right, he was shot at point blank range. How did... he missed if they were too close when he shot at point blank range? I don't know if that's going to be the answer. I actually don't think that will be the answer. I actually think I need to bring in this screen so that I can talk about where I believe the murderer was, and I believe the murderer was behind that screen. But I don't know if that's going to work. I'm going to present and try. Do you know what? I'm going to save the game because I'm smart. I'm going to do it for something else. Just in case. I don't believe this is going to be true, but I'm going to try it. No, it's not. He just says that's not proven shit. And here's the penalization for it. While they were fighting, he took out his gun. So he's trying to say he was stabbed first. I'm an idiot, I keep pressing the wrong fucking button. Court record, right, I want to look at this fucking gun. Murder weapon was grazed, 2 shots fired, bears hair fingerprints, and his. A small knife belongs to hair, bears Maya's fingerprints. Small fruit knife. There's no information on them that I can use to Loads of shoes weren't from Amanda. That's gonna be for later when they're like, how can you prove some shit? I'm sorry, I'm thinking real hard. Just trying to think what I can contradict.
Objection!
Yes. I like how they've painted those little dividery string things in the background. They've done a real good job on that. Use the last of his strength to fight back. There is nothing that I have that has written in it. This proves this irrefutably. Murder weapon. It can't be a murder weapon. It is a weapon, but it was not used for murder. It hurt someone. It's not the murder weapon. That's the murder weapon. I guess it's compounded to use. I'm finding contradictions in the fucking gameplay. There's nothing else here. There's fluff on the screen. I'm flabbergasted. There's both of their fingerprints. Use the last of his strength to fight back. I don't like that because you said earlier that when he was stabbed, it would have been too painful to even fight back. Brain gone dead. I'm gonna take a little sip of Monster. I'm gonna think. Hang on. Let me guess. Okay, my logic has now changed to her shirt isn't bloody enough for her to have stabbed him and then been fought by him. Oh, let me go check. Sorry, I heard banging from the kitchen and I had to go make sure that my daughter wasn't like doing something she shouldn't be. It's fine, she was dancing and singing My Little Soda Pop from the K-pop hunters. Oh, right, so this is where my mind went. Right, my mind went, if they were so close, right, there would be more blood on this, like, outfit that she's wearing. Because they already said that the bullet holes smelled like gunpowder residue, which tells me that it's got gunpowder burns around it. So I'm gonna go with there's not enough blood on that for them to have been such close quarters. for her to have stabbed him and then fought him and shot him, right? So that's where my reasoning is going. I don't know if this is going to work.
Objection!
Okay, it's working. It's working. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Oh, okay. Where's this going? Eh? What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. We're still not proving anything about the, not guilty list, though. Explain yourself, Mr. Ray. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn on the costume? I was thinking the opposite. I thought that there was gunpowder burn because he said it smelled like gunpowder. I mean, we got there. We went the wrong way about it, but we got there. Gunpowder burn? Is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. I hate the way they do this because at no point during this have they given you a statement that's like, in other games of this thing, if someone said something that was interesting testimony or new information for you, it updated the court record to say something like, it would say on the gun or something like 2 shots fired, point blank range, or something like that. Gunshot residue, or you know, something along those lines. Or you would get a little note card that's like an affidavit, or this is the testimony you testified to, and then you'd get a little like ding. You've had this testimony added. When a gun is fired at point blank range, you get a gunshot burn residue or something. So then, when it came to this, you have it in your mind like gunshot residue burn, and then you'd look at the outfit and go, oh, there's nothing on that. So then you present the piece of testimony that says, when a gun is fired point blank range, you get a gunshot testimony. But we were supposed to just sort of follow that line of reasoning, which is also why I was clinging so hard onto him saying when this guy was stabbed, he wouldn't have had the energy or whatever to have been able to get up and fight back properly, because the stab wound is so severe. So that's why I was like, well, he can't afford back then, so present that sort of thing. But yeah, this, I get it. I get what they're doing. It makes sense. But also, it's not, they haven't done the work of having, when I selected and looked at it to be like, oh, there's a gunshot hole here. It must have been shot more than 20 inches away because there's no gunshot burn for that to be in my mind. You know what I mean? I'm just rambling. Sorry. Oh. There is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. Huh.
Objection!
I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that?
Objection!
I'm sorry. My daughter swallowed her chewing gum and was a little bit worried. So she was knocking on the door like, ah! It's okay, she's fine. She could have gone to her dad, but I was apparently the person to speak to. Maybe it's because I was the one who gave her the gum. As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. I see! The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Ha! Shoulda, bitch. But, well, then. That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Ray? Must be careful, I can't afford to make a mistake here. Oh, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. No, it doesn't make sense because she shot him at point blank range apparently. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal flaw? Yeah. Very interesting. I would love to hear this flaw. Where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. Must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. He was shot at point blank range.
Take that!
Take a look at this. Why are you showing this to me, pal? Prosecutor Kalma's explanation in this piece of evidence do not contradict. Huh? Looks like you need to use your brain a little more, pal. Being lectured by Gumshoe of all people is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Come on, hurry up and get that thinking cap on. Okay. She would have shoved him away. But he's brought a gun. I'm gonna go with the gun. Take a look at this. Okay, I'm wrong. Okay. Let's go with the knife. No, that's not working either. Interesting. Oh no. Covered in his blood. If she was so far away, she wouldn't be covered in his blood. Fucking no! Take that! No. Got to see there. I'm real dumb on this one. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And then, when she was about to strike, the took his shot. Is it the floor plan? Because they were so close. It's so close to the ground, you'd have to shoot downwards. Is that a thing? Take that! This is the piece of evidence that destroyed your logic. Okay, finally. What is that, a folding screen? I'd like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Ah. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who? Wait, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order. This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit the folding screen. It hit at this location of about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Like here, somewhere in this square. Take that! somewhere around here. Uh-oh. His face is scrunched like he just smelled some serious bad breath. That is, I mean... Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Oh, sure. In the meantime, I need to think about things through again, Mr. Ray. Okay. Ah, of course, whoops. What's done is done. For now, I must focus on where she was. Okay, then... Let's put her behind the screen.
Take that!
Here. Behind the folding screen. Ah, the victim and his attacker were fighting, you know? Then what would the attacker be doing all the way behind there? Besides which, if the attacker was behind the folding screen, then how could the victim even know where to shoot? It's so obviously impossible. Yeah, I guess so. Mr. Right. I don't know where you want me to put her. Boy, did I just screw up royally. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the event. Where the fuck was she? I need to save. And I can't. Was she here?
Take that!
I don't know where she was, thank you. Was she here? Where would she have been? She was shot at by him. Give me anything, have they? Bum, bum. If I get down to the last one of these, I'm going to look it up. Where the fuck would she have been? I feel like she was behind the folding screen, but that's, I guess, for later. I'm not happy with her being there, so I have to move her somewhere else. This is guesswork. Simple guesswork.
Take that!
Somewhere around here. No, I'm not happy with that either. I'm gonna go and Google this because I don't for a second trust this. Wikipedia. Scroll. Gomes, who testified to Gray after being stabbed, must have used the last of his strength. Yada 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 yada. Okay. Something. The hole in the screen is 8 inches off the ground is proof that his attacker had been squatting close to the ground. Using a diagram, right then pressed on, and asserted that Gray's target had been a significant distance away and squatting near the folding screen. So do I, like, my thoughts was like, here.
Take that!
She was standing here near the folding screen. But wait a second. You know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Oh, because you fuckers said it was, burn hole, that's why. Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? This is why I was wrong. That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she was shot from somewhere closer, there would have been gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole on this costume. Ah! Who cares, you Phoenix, right? You... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing away from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? Yeah. Because if he apparently he couldn't shoot her because she was too close, so he could have shot her because she was further away. No, because they're going to say something along the lines of, yeah, but she's still guilty of murder. It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. Prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aimed to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen. Exactly. If Mayafei was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Oof. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the butt. Blast radius of disaster. You're such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case at this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? How's this all my fault? You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Punishment? There's at least 8 strands there. 9. Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Very well. Court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. That was harder than I anticipated. And took so much longer. Yes, save my progress. I'm going to stop here. My mind is melting. Clearly, I didn't remember this as well as I thought I did. And secondly, my logic for this is off. Like, I am 2 steps to the left. So, yeah, I feel like I will do better when I come back refreshed. But yes, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for staying and playing, etc. Have a wonderful day.